Have I not drawn a single super this entire game? Hello? We're on turn what? Turn 12 and I haven't drawn a single super? Are you being serious? The new Gohan leader stands alone at the top of all retro supports. I am really a big fan of his Sun condition to use basically any Sun card. This is very healthy for the game because it just allows you to play basically any Sun card you want, and instead of leader locking really good cards and then, you know, forcing them to use them on leaders to make them good, you actually have to balance the game around the other cards so that you just use the best of the best with the Sun trait. And it allows you to make more creative plays, like, for example, this one that we're going to be trying today, which will be Sun Goku. Now, technically, this Goku is leader locked to Future Trunks. This is the Goku that you use to do the evolution line, you know, get it kick started to put things in the type of like time chamber. Because when you return this card to hand, and then you have a card with Saiyan Lookout in the battle area or your hand, you can place them under Hyper Light Time Chamber and get a card back for each one you placed, right? But if you play Trunks, it should not be like any new news. Anyway, you might be asking, this card doesn't really look like a leader condition. Where does that come in? Here's the thing. The card itself is not leader locked. The field, on the other hand, is. Now, this condition is what really kickstarts the evolution line. So once you place a card under the field and you're not Trunks, quite literally there's no way to get it back, right? Unless your opponent KOs the field, because remember, whenever you have a card evolved, all the cards below it, whenever it gets removed from the battle area for any means, be it return to hand or whatever, the other cards automatically get KO'd. There's no bunch of coconuts. It might be cool to get a leader in the future that evolves and picks up the things from the bottom of, you know, the evolve card, something like a red Broly or something. But as of now, there's not really any cards that can do that. So when you evolve something and it dies, the other cards are gone forever, right? Ideally. I mean, you can pick them back up from the drop, but yeah, aside from that. But from the field is pretty permanent because, you know, you can't evolve them out and there's no really way to look under cards and pick them back up. So this card is basically useless when not playing on Future Trunks. It activates other abilities for other cards, but you'd much rather be playing other things anyway, so, you know, what's the point? However, this Goku is not leader locked. And it has a really interesting effect where when you end the turn, you can choose, and this is very important, you can choose to return this hand from the battle area to the owner's hand. So we can use this little condition right here, activates Gohan's leader ability, and get the 30k by tapping it, and then at the end of the turn we pick it back up to our hand. So the line is, you have like 2 of these in hand, and then you play them for 2 energy, and then you play, I don't know, whatever you want, like, I don't know, this card, or this card, or this card, or literally whatever. And they get the, you know, the leader effect. Essentially, you are, instead of using 2 cards and resting them, you are tapping 2 energy and then using this ability. Because essentially what you'll do is that you'll play the 2 Gokus, and then at the end of the turn, you'll just return back to your hand, so it's like you never played anything. In some matchups, it's better to have like a cantrip or something to just keep it in field when, you know, the opponent's deck doesn't have much removal. Think of like a stall green deck like Green Broly, like Green Original Broly, like Z Broly, or you know, even Cell, maybe. Just really stall decks like that, it really shines against. But when you're talking about something that's very aggressive and wants to remove your board, I didn't mean to remove that, this is going to be your boy. Because you just use the ability and then get it back, and then, since it's a tanky, you can combo it out on defense if you really need to. But it keeps your hand nice and healthy, allows you to go for more of a mid to late game, especially since we're not playing multiple copies of the Sun Goten, because, you know, I don't have multiple copies because I don't have $1,000 in my bank account. And we're also running like 1 copy of each SR. That is purely by coincidence. That is not a tech that we're trying. That is because I only have 1 copy of each. So, you know, that's just what we're going to be running. So we're going to be mostly going for a double strike 5 cost, which means that we should have like 6 or 7 nice good energy in order to do the line uninterrupted, which would be this twice with this, and then we get the double strike, and our double strike becomes a 65k, right? We could always, you know, get the win with the secret rare, but we'd have to draw the secret rare, and if you've been familiarized with this channel, you know that, you know, having to draw a card, not my strong suit. Not really anything else to note here, but we do have this Son Goku Mini, which is a Sun card, and it becomes a 30k on swing, which allows us to get some really good value, you know, to try to end the game. And as well, since it's a Son Goku card, if it survives the next turn, you can untap it and then do something else with it. You can't take advantage of this ability if you know, tap the Goku. You know, it's something nice to have to, like, start closing out games. We're also running a Mafuba to get rid of other cards that might be annoying, like, what's it called? Tamagami number 3, which I see is very, like, popular nowadays. And we're also running this for the same reason. And we're running this Son Gohan Adolescence, sorry, to get AoE removal as well, to get rid of those pesky decks, like Shenron, who wants to play multiple blockers. Nothing really out of the ordinary. The only real difference is that we're not going to be going for game immediately for 4 like every Gohan deck likes to do. We're going to be stalling maybe to 5, to 6, you know, going a little bit longer than that. We're not going to be making it to like 8 or 9. I mean, that's just not what we're trying to do anyway. Because if they play like a really big, like big boy, like KO card destroys the entire game McGee, then, you know, we're kind of bit of a yikes, chat. But, you know, with that out of the way, I think it's time we get into some games, dude. First match is going to be against Daima Vegeta. Now, Daima Vegeta against this like line of the deck in particular, we have to keep this because you have the secret rare, the one copy in the entire deck. The thing with this Daima Vegeta is that he can stall very easily and remove our cards from board. With his 4 cost, and also the 5 cost is kind of useless in this matchup because we don't have any big bodies that we can play except for the double strike, which, you know, we'll use to close games anyway. But he is rather a problem for us here. Now, I do think that we're probably just going to win anyway. I think that we still have the advantage since this deck is, you know, kind of insane. But, you know, anything can happen. Anything can happen. Now, since he could have extras, we're going to swing here, see what he does. If he defends it, then we're swinging with this. If he doesn't, then we'll probably just pass. Yeah, let's do that. We want him to swing into us anyway, so we can win as soon as possible. So hopefully he defends with an extra, specifically. Because if we can get this swing in, that'd be huge. Okay. Now we'll just pass here. Unfortunately, we don't have a cantrip to play, so that, you know, womp womp. We don't want to play this because he can swing into it, right? And he has a lot of ways to remove it from our deck. Okay, a critter. He won't take life, surely. Yeah, he'd be a lunatic too. And then just swing with that and then pass. I mean, he could. Oh, of course, oh my gosh, man. It didn't even hit me that, you know, he swung with the super. Like, he got a super out of that. That is absolutely, like, impossible. If we get the... I mean, it's a pipe dream, but if we get the 3 cost, you can awaken. Or if we get a copy of the 1 cost Fidel. That could also work. And we're not going to get either, so that's cool. That's nice. Yeah, there's not really any rush to get down on his life. So we could just play this and then go to 5 bars. Yeah, and removing a 3 cost at this stage would be kind of annoying for him, I think. So yeah, let's go for it. I'll do some... Oh yeah, we'll play it risky here. I think this is the correct play. Now, this lives next turn. We can be looking rather spiffy, chat. Because then we can actually, you know, get our stuff done. Now, can he remove this 3 cost at cost? Typically, Vegeta can't. But, I mean, he can pull off something. What do I have? I have super combo. I keep forgetting. Did I keep being happy and joyous and excited? And then I realized that he crit a super. So then I get really sad and upset and angry. Now, I don't know if we'll be able to... I mean, if this lives, definitely we'll be able to use leader ability next turn. But as of next turns, you know, subsequent, we'll see. Depending on what he does here, like, that's what'll happen. But it's going to be very hard for him to remove this. I know the Vegeta matchup. I play Vegeta a lot. So removing a 3 cost, I mean, he can do it. Yeah, he can do it. It's just going to be a lot. He adds this back to hand, and at least it'll be the value for us. Okay, he's just going to bottom it. Now, we could leader ability this thing. Let me think about it. He didn't send it to drop, so we can't pick it up with this. You'd have to play this. Should we do it for fun? I mean, come on, guys. Let's do it for fun. Let's do it. If you're not having fun, you're not playing the game at all, dude. That's not what's happening. And we got a super nice. Then we play one of these, right? Then we play, I guess one of these. Get him to 4 next turn. Let's just swing first, though. Yeah, no real reason to not, you know. If he goes to 4 this turn, then we're fine. And we power this up, right? So then we do the leader ability. It'll go to 5. I mean, unless he combos, like, a bunch here. Which would not even be beneficial for him, because, you know, he has 7 cards in his hand, and I have 10. He takes it. Now we can't. Now leader ability will just, you know, get him down. And we also pick this back up. He bothers to remove these, then it'll just be swings that we're defending. So, you know, even if he uses these swings, then there will just be cards that we don't have to worry about next turn. Now, this won't be really great in this matchup because, you know, we'd have to KO cards in order to get stuff back. But we'll see what we can, you know, pull off here. Okay, it makes no difference. That is basically the same thing as comboing out on defense. So, I mean, that's fine with me. Then he uses the ability on this and play something else. What could he play for 3 energy, though? I mean, he could play the Vegeta, of course. Like the 4 cost promo. But would that be the real, like, line to just bottom a 1 cost? Yeah, it's a little bit more debatable. Oh, he has that. Why is he running that? I mean, I guess it works out. I mean, sure, whatever. Fine, I'll take it. That does just get a 20k swing this turn, so, you know, that's something to consider, something to keep in mind. Now, this will unfortunately get a bunch of value, though, because he can, you know, bottom a 1 cost, so all I have to do is minus this by 1 if I play it, and then, you know, swing again. Or just do nothing. So now he's probably just planning to, you know, use an extra here. The more he stalls, the worse it's going to be for him, ironically enough, despite him being Vegeta. Because, you know, like, guess what's going to happen this turn? Powerful swings. You can't swing with that yet first. We gotta swing with this. So we'll do this at the hand. And then we do this. This powers up the Gohan. And then we play the Goku again. Then we swing with the Gohan. Leader ability. Tap these two. And this becomes a 60k, right? And it does a life as well. So yeah. And he takes it. We draw a card, we pick up this. This is mostly useless because we're not going to get many chances to play it. So we'll just do this. Ooh, beautiful card. We can play that off with this as well. Should we go for game next turn? The thing is, chat, we don't have to go for game next turn. Like, there's no rush, right? We can just keep getting 30ks on 30ks on 30ks and not even risk dying. Because he can't even kill me here. I mean, he could try to kill me. That is definitely a possibility. He could just get this swing off and then this swing off and then double strike and then go all in. It being realistic is another aspect entirely, you know? Now, it looks like he's playing a lot of zeros because he's charged a lot of them. So there's a good chance he has zeros in his hand and a lot of them at that. Now, the real, like, game winner here would be my future into this and then leader ability for this and then swing with this to get them all bottomed. But this is why the Gohan tech is really good against other types of decks, because Vegeta really wants to get power from removal, but if I just don't give him things to remove, like, kind of all his things go down the drain, right? I'm fine with letting that die. That is not a problem for me. Matter of fact, I need to pick it up with this anyway, so I need targets to pick up with that Goten to get its value. Now, what exactly is he doing here? I guess we're about to find out. Does Vegeta run double strikes? I mean, he does, but I mean, I want to be at a low life anyway. Okay. Put the value off of that. He's just going to keep 2 energy stood for, I assume, the, you know, game winner. But again, chat, as I said before, we don't need to go for game right now. So what we can do is charge this double strike, since we're not going to be playing it. At least not right now. We'd rather keep, you know, the combo power in our hand. We could do this to pick up a 10k and then play it out. Could also do this card again. We'll probably just pick up the 10k, honestly, to make it even safer to just be around this range. So yeah, we'll just do double strike, and we'll keep it just with what we can get off the cup of our hands right now. We pick up the 10. Oh, that's both of our double strikes. Dude, of course this game... I forgot you can pick up 2. That was my mistake. I should have picked up both because I forgot I can pick up 2. We'll just KO this, I guess. I could have picked up a whole card value with an extra. If I die by like 10k, you know where it came. We know where it went. We'll do this. We don't need. There's no real need to wait, right? Then we use this to pick up a 10. We can, because that's a Saiyan. Oh no, that's a Trunks actually. I forgot. Yeah, I forgot this is a Trunks and it's Sun. Whatever. We just 5. No big deal. A little bit of a mistake there, but whatever. Then we do this, and then we just do leader ability. And then this is a 65. We can go 70, sure. Now we don't have to go for game, right? Now we did bottom both our double strikes, which is a, it's a yikes. But what are we gonna do? It's 2 supers right there. But since our other double strikes got bottomed, charging the double strike that came before that, like, that was a bit of a mistake. But there was literally no way to know that. Could have gone for game this. Well, could we have? If he lets literally anything here live, which I doubt he will, we could pull something off. But yeah, I highly doubt that. I don't see a world where he's letting anything live here. So we couldn't have gone for double strike anyway. So that kind of, fills me with hope, fills me with pride, fills me with joy. That means that he has a double strike here. Should we take that? I have 3 super combos. What are the chances that he can actually kill me here? I'm not imagining many. Like, forgive me for being a doubter, but I highly doubt he can do anything here. Now, he has at least, well, he doesn't have at least 2 Proud Saiyans, but he has at least 1 Proud Saiyan or, like, a Galaga, so we gotta keep that in mind. Plus, he's used 2 supers already. So I think we have to go for game next turn, don't we? It's like no other if buts or coconuts. Oh, we could play the double strike secret rare. But even then, would it be enough? I mean, surely not, right? I have 3... come on, I have 3 supers in my hand. There's no way. Okay. That's kind of unfortunate for me, because that's a 0. I don't think I'm going to be able to win this one, unfortunately, chat. I don't know, keep it about 50 with you. I think it is, kind of a yikes moment. I mean, of course, if I had double strike, then it'd be a different story completely. Oh, but he could have his... Oh, wait. He has to have 0s in his hand, doesn't he? Okay. Wait. Hold on. Now this changes everything. This changes the whole course of the show. We don't need to charge, surely. We're probably just gonna go for this and then game. Yeah, that. Well, we can pick up that, actually. Yeah, we can pick up that. And then go for game. Yeah, let's go for game. Let's see. We play this. Now, if I had the other... Now, if I had Secret or Double Strike, he'd be dead here 100%, no with Quest of Coconuts. But, since I don't have that, yeah. It's gonna be a bit of a yikes. Let's see. So if we play this, then we're gonna go for game. So that's just what's gonna happen. Now we swing here. We just use leader ability on this. We're not gonna put anything else. Because we're gonna combo everything. 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 115. So we'll see what we can do here with this. Surely he can't combo out of this, right? Oh my gosh, dude! Whatever. We'll see. I mean, he already used 2 supers. And he has to have at least 1 0 in there, so there's no way, right? Now, chat, I want you to keep in mind that I only won by 5k, and I drew a 0 in the end. So if I lost because I drew a 0 there, I would have probably flipped my lid. The 1 copy of it I have in the entire deck, by the way. You can't not make that up. It is simply not fiction. Now, of course, as I said before, our mission is really to play like a mid-range game. But against Red Cell, we might actually have to go for long here. I want to keep this because this is a... Well... Yeah, let's keep it. I want to keep this card. Because, we only have 1 copy of each SR. So if we have them in a starting hand, we kind of have to keep it. Now, Cell isn't really, like, a good matchup against us. Because Cell can heal. And a deck that can heal and stall Gohan's, like, winning turn is, very tough on us. We will, however, be charging... I mean, I charged the double strike last time. That was a mistake. But there's no way, surely, I won't draw any of my other 3 double strikes. Come on. That's reasonable here. I can't do anything here, so I might as well just play this and get it back to hand. Sure, dude. At this point. On top of it all, Cell is one of the few decks that has an answer to the 2-cost, not Android 17. The 2-cost, Gohan. Because he can KO it with the, the other card. Okay, not playing anything. That's nice. We'll charge here. We don't really need to KO multiple cards. This is not looking like a good game. It's looking like we're gonna maybe lose. Okay, the extra going out now. If we had the 2-cost Gohan, it'd be nice to play it now, but, we don't. So, Probably just play this and call it a day. Gotta draw some good stuff here. We really need the 1-cost Videl. 1-cost Videl will do pretty well for us here. Because we get 1-cost Videl, bam, bam, and then the Videl as well. And then we can use the leader ability on Videl. Now, of course, he's going to KO this. There's no questions about that. Come on. Come on, Videl. I have 4 copies in the deck, so you better give it to me. Okay, well, that's not it. We don't need... You definitely don't need multiple copies of this, surely. Just need 1 just in case. There, nice! Nice, dude. When do we draw dead? Never. No, not once. No, not once, I don't think. Now we play this. Ooh, that would have been nice to get this turn, but whatever. Doesn't really matter. No reason not to with this right now. We gotta get his life down. But we'll pull it off. I believe in us. Probably play a cantrip, because right now, whatever we play is gonna get KO'd. So we do this, because that's gonna give us extra value. Plus, we can do this to get it back to hand. Then we can swing with Videl, with the leader ability. Tap these 2. That's a 35, and that's over his threshold, so, you know, we can get some value here. This will return back to hand, and this will just kind of stay on board unless he addresses it. If he plays field now, this will stay, which will be like a colossal, like, universal jump in what we can pull off here. Because obviously he's going to swing into this. Surely. I mean, if he's really smart, he'll swing into this. Even though it's a 5k, because then we can't get the leader ability done with it next turn. This turn for him is very important to play it correctly. He's also playing kind of like my deck list with the Android 17. That's pretty cool. Obviously, I didn't create it, but this is just worse than the SR. I didn't really mention it. Yep. Nice. Very good play there. I mean, you can still get leader ability, of course. But it's going to be a little bit more of an effort, if you know what I mean. It's going to be a little bit more of a cost. Now here you have to play the field, basically. Yep. Just a field out wrong. Next turn, you can't go too crazy. If he plays the brand new promo, it's going to be horrible. Because he can't play another field. I'll talk about this probably in a future video. When I'm probably going to revisit Cell for it. You know, since that was one of my more popular videos. But the new promo for Cell is not really convenient. Because you see this? You have to play Cell Games Arena basically raw in order to activate, you know, all of this. Because you can't really play anything if the field isn't on field, right? So at 5, he's going to play like the brand new promo. It's not going to do anything because it's this is already played. If it instead restood your energy or let you play a card with Android in its special traits at that same cost, then we're talking, right? But as it stands now, not the greatest, you know what I mean? No real reason not to swing with this, I don't think. Yeah, he's going to awaken anyway, so there's no point in stalling on the turn. Though, no, he'll probably have a self-awakener. Like, let's be so for serious right now, chat. Yeah, like 100% of this is self-awakener. The worst part about the promo is that he kind of has to play to remove this, like, immediately. Because I don't know, if it gets multiple values, then it's a bit of a yikes, chat. Not gonna lie to you. Okay, play that. I'm not sure we'll play that card. That card is not that great. If I read it over again correctly... Yes, you would have... It has to get KO'd itself. And it can add something from your field into energy. But, I mean, like, what even is that? Like, what would that even be? We don't need 2 of these. We just play this, I guess. Doesn't matter if you defended that swing, because we're just gonna, you know, get this swing off anyway. So we play this. We do not like the hand. We do this. Play, sure. And then we KO, I guess, this? Sure. Let's KO that. If we need it, we can just get it back with our leader ability, so it's not that big a deal. Oh, we don't. Oh, we do have it. I almost forgot completely what the tech is. So now we can play this. And now we can buff this to 35. Then swing into here. And then use leader ability to turn it into a 65. He takes a life. And then this swing should go through. And then this gets sent back to hand, meaning that we can just play it again if we want to. We'll probably use a super to defend that base, that like little 2-cost Goku. Well, no, because he could play so much to like try to KO it, so we'll just let it die if he's swinging into it. If he defends this, then he's going to be in a bit of a yikes moment. Okay, yeah. And then we pass. And we return this to hand. I could keep the energy stood for Earth Destroying Blow, which would not be great for me. This kind of serves the same purpose as the 3-cost second form cell, in which you're never going to play it, but it's a good, like, 10k. We're going to let that die. Because you can play so many things to KO this, or, like, try to get rid of it, that we much rather just, you know, have things that can't really swing and get value off of them, you know what I mean? Because if you place the 5-cost, despite it not, you know, doing anything to, like, play out of field, it would still KO this and then give him a swing. So you might as well play the cell and then take the swing. So he plays the Android and then keeps 2 stood for Earth Destroying Blow to defend, like, the Super Swing. Yeah, it's really tough against Gohan. Maybe he drew dead, so I'm maybe, like, Doom posting a little bit, but, you know, we'll actually see what happens during the match. Since he KO'd that Goku, we can just play it back up with the Goten. It's no problem for us. And, you know, again, the more he stalls, the more we're just going to keep getting 30s into 30s into 30s into 30s into 30s. And I have to defend some of them eventually. Just take that, unless he swings into here, and if he does, then we're defending it. Do we have a super? Do we have a super? When have you ever heard me say that I actually have a super? Well, that's the last time you heard me say, do I have a super, and then have a super? I mean, surely there's no way, right, chat? There ain't no way, there ain't no way, there ain't no way yet. We won't take that because it's a simple defense right here. Normally we would. But since we can just defend it for, like, a card that's already on field that's probably going to remove it anyway, might as well defend it. Know what I mean? We don't have to make it a crit. We don't have to make it a crit, that's for sure. So we'll probably just keep playing cards, I guess. We could play Double Strike, and then, you know... But then we won't be... No, we have to use Leader Ability this turn, like, basically every turn, right? So surely we can't go for that. So I guess we do this, and then we pick up back to Goku. Then we do this. Ooh, nice! Here's the SR that we need. We don't need that anymore, surely. Pick up this, and then we KO... We don't need this Double Strike now, do we? No, because he could heal up, so we... Like, the Double Strike won't do anything if he does. So we'll just get rid of this. Let's just use the leader... But well, lot to think about, chat. Lot to think about. Well, no, this is just better to tap anyway. So we'll probably just tap this, actually. Yeah. We'll definitely tap this. And since we want that swing to go through, we'll also buff it with this? Sure. Why not, right? Surely, why not? Pass. That's a 75k. It's pretty powerful. He's gonna let it go. We get a draw. Now, again, he could heal up next turn, which would be kind of unfortunate for us. Plus, this is kind of annoying, because he gets a draw every single turn. But we'll see what actually happens here. Next turn, we can play, you know, Double Strike into this again, so, you know, that'd be nice for us. He did keep a lot of energy stood, meaning that he has probably Earth Destroying Blow in, like, Incredible Perfect Form and stuff like that. Next turn, we'll probably just playing this Double Strike to get rid of this, and get, like, a game-threatening swing, for lack of a better word. But, you know, we'll see what happens. Okay. That's why you let this stood, chat. And he has to play Cell here, surely. We had to keep this in case he, like, turtles and starts using Earthling packages. So if people are running Earthling packages with Cell, I don't think they're just how he's supposed to be played. Now, if he doesn't play Cell, we're probably just going to go for game. Well, are we, though? Yeah. Because if he goes for Cell, we're going to start to go for game next turn. Right, you'll see what the plan is here. He does this into here, I take it. I mean, there's not really any good combination of things that he can do here. Either way, one of these is living. Unless he uses a 1-drop to try and KO them. Which I automatically probably will defend to keep them on board and not have to use the energy for it. So yeah, that's something he can do. And it's so Junior to try to KO one of these. Now that's a little bit tougher. I forgot he can play that for completely free. Okay, we're definitely taking that, though. Yeah. Obviously, he's going to have to swing into here, because it's a 10 for a 10 anyway, so there's no point in not saving it. Yep. Double Strike into that. We KO that. Now, if he defends this, then we're going to be in trouble, which he 100% can, should. Yeah, we'll just do this. Then we'll do this, use Leader Ability. Leader Ability does this, which, you know, threatens and also costs him a pretty penny. Should have gone 70 just to be safe, but whatever. I mean, this will still defend his, you know, Incredible Perfect Form, because then, since it's a 5 over, he'll have that up to 35 and then, you know, defend that way. So he can use Incredible Perfect Form, but it will not be optimal at that point, unless he has a 5. I mean, he has to defend this. He would be silly not to. If he uses the other cell to heal, this should still be fine for us. So we'll just do this, I think. It would have been the same thing. If he tries to defend it, then it would have been a 10. At least this guarantees that there's no card next turn to try and KO this field. Because the longer that stays alive, the better it is for us. Now, surely he can't go... Well, he can go for game, but, like, surely he can't, right? Excuse me, hold on. Have I not drawn a single super this entire game? Hello? We're on turn what? Turn 12 and I haven't drawn a single super? Are you being serious? I'm gonna die! He's gonna be able to kill me! I have to use exact combo power, I guess. I don't need this. I'm not gonna be KOing anything. Should I combo out of this? He has a 0 in his hand. So even if I don't have super, surely, right, chat? Surely. Right, chat? And this basically forces him to go for game here. And leave this alive, meaning that I have more opportunities to win. Using this both as an untap and as a double strike swing that just kind of stays on board. Okay, so he's healing. Healing does nothing here. Because I can just use the other ability to get him down to 3 anyway. So the heal is irrelevant. It's basically a draw. Which is unfortunate, but I mean, it's, you know, like, we can, there's answers to that. Okay, he added Sogen's Rune. Okay, so we know for a fact he does not have a 0 in his hand. And since we played, you know, the Goten, we should still be looking rather spiffy in terms of killing him here. And of course, he should still have, like, a bunch of stuff he can play. He should have, like, basically all his supers as well. It was just a 17, so it would have just been a 5 anyway. So yeah, we're probably just gonna go for game next turn. See what we can do here. We could actually get that to, you know, draw. We don't need this anymore, surely, because we're just gonna go for game. This picks up back that thing. Do we have another one in our hand? And we do not, because we could have picked up both of these and then done the full combo for the, well, it actually wouldn't have worked. Because one of them wouldn't have been able to swing. So the full combo wouldn't have done anything. So we're probably just going to do this. This plays out like a 2-cost that can't swing, which will be this card right here. Play this. Pick up this and this. Would have been nice to get this sooner. Whatever. We'll just do this, and then we'll KO this. Sure. Well, if we KO a 10, do we have a 10 in the drop? We do. We have one enough. So let's just KO a 5. Probably going to buff this. We can buff Leader Swing. That could be nice. Then we buff that up with this. Okay, let's just go for Leader Swing, actually. Yeah. Oh, we forgot to use this, but whatever. We'll still use it. It doesn't matter if we tap it. So we can just tap this and this. Use this. Get him out of life. And then, let's see. Go for a nice little hundo here. Sure, let's go for a hundo. We can go more, can't we? Nah, we'll keep the rest for hand. Because we still have a lot more we have to get rid of. We won't even count it. We'll just leave it as is. So if we lose here, we could have definitely got more than 100. For sure. Three supers he drew, and I drew 0, huh? That's interesting, huh? We can still, like, do a lot here. Like, you don't even have to worry. You don't have to trip, dog. Like, we're fine here. Just play this. This can buff itself. Then we swing here. And we evenly split it. For 30, 40, 50, and 60, sure. This will get us to 45, 55, 60. That wasn't even as close to this one. It doesn't matter too much. Yeah, I gotta start, like, actually counting. Chat. I think I have to go back to preschool if I'm gonna be playing like this. But we still won anyway. I mean, surely there's no way, right? He has to have a bunch of zeros in his hand. Then we do this. 55, 65, 75, and then 90. It was actually quite an even split. Wasn't this 60? No, it wasn't even close to being an even split. Yeah, it wasn't even close. But still, it worked out because, you know, you took it. Okay, cool. This is less of a testament to how good I am and how good the Gohan deck is. I feel bad playing Red Cell, so I was... Red Cell. Don't make me. Might as well be Red Cell at this point. But I started feeling bad, and I genuinely considered stopping the video here. But we'll go for another one. I mean, I always do 3. Let's do 3 now. Come on. Now, this deck can also heal, by the way. And he can heal a lot more conveniently than, you know, Cell. This could actually be it here, though. This could actually be the loss we've been looking for. The infamous. If he's not playing the SR, then it's gonna be a yikes moment for me, chat. The good news is that for the most part, this should probably just live every single turn. We'll stall a little bit, I think. Yeah, sure, whatever. I don't think we need to play this right now. I only do is probably gonna be next turn anyway, so not gonna be playing this much. It's gonna be more like a final blow kind of thing, when there's a big board and your opponent doesn't remove it. Yeah, aside from that, I don't think I'm going to be playing it much. Trying to replace this for the Piccolo, because at least the Piccolo can be a body while also playing a 1-drop that, you know, you can rest. So I'll probably just, you know, do that little switch up when I get the chance. You can still play Piccolo here and, you know, get his pieces started. You know, assuming that he has it, of course. Now, unfortunately here, if he takes this, he will still be able to awaken. You know what I mean? Oh, that was... okay. Alright. Free card as well. That's what you love to see. I mean, he has to have a lot of pieces. He has to have the 2-cost nail, he has to have the SR, and then he has to have that Piccolo as well. And he does have it. Unfortunate. We're letting this die immediately, of course. Oh, what? He's not... He doesn't? He doesn't feel like it? So if he's not awakening, then there's no reason not to save this, right? And then just keep swinging at him? Oh, he's gonna get this to drop. He's gonna play this Piccolo? Is he on Dynamic? He is. But I have to let this die now, don't I? Yeah, because then he has to swing leader here. So letting this die is definitely the correct way. Because he at least has to get me to 5. And if he does, then he'll be, you know... It'd be a rather yikes one for him. Yes, he can just heal off. Even if I get him to 2 this turn. So it's going to be a bit of an ass to beat this guy here. He does put a lot of zeros, though, but in that same prospect, he's also playing a lot of instant Kamehamehas. So he could just go deep. What are we playing here? Probably this into something else. We could also play this 1-drop Self-Awakener. I mean, one of the plays I have to make is this anyway, so let's do it. Was thinking about doing this and then swinging with it, but I think this is just a better play. Do this. What do I have in my drop? Nice. That I can just pick up, I think. Would rather... No, I'll just play this to get, you know, like a guaranteed swing, I think. Yeah, let's do that instead. He can, you know, prevent his death by healing and not using his, you know, leader ability, this thing. So he can just go to 3, and that'd be like an inconvenient number for us to get rid of. Especially if he plays his 5-cost Super Saiyan Namek version. That'd be rather sus to try to defend. We also don't have our double strike anyway, so we can't go for game next turn. Unless you draw it right now. See what he does. I mean, if he swings into these things, then it's the same thing as me comboing them out, so it's not that big a deal. You know what I mean? Now, what is he doing? Just 5 cost? If he does 5 cost, he's probably just taking both swings. He's just playing the Piccolo to heal. Okay. Well, let's defend it, because, you know, like, I'd rather stay at 4, and it's a safe space. And if he keeps stalling, then we'll keep losing value. Like, it just seems like a way better idea. He could also play Solar Flare to make this not swing. I didn't know he has that. Or just a cantrip, sure, whatever. Let's see. If we had Mafuba, then we'd be looking great. But let's just play it safe, honestly. Let's just play it safe. Now, next turn, you can just clean up this board, and I'll probably have to go for game. But we'll see what we can actually do here. See, now this, when you enter this loop, it's kind of awkward. Because then he can just do the Piccolo combo again, and then heal up, and then stall for next turn, and then keep, like, discarding cards. And I'll still keep losing value. Because leader ability will basically do nothing, because you can just take it, right? If I had this a little bit sooner, then yes, it would have probably been, you know, better, because then I would have gotten draws on my swings, but, like, it's a lot to ask to get, like, every perfect card. Probably just going to be defending this with my life, so I can get multiple swings next turn and try to go for game. Oh, he's going to super buff his leader. He's probably going to go for game. Well, he can't. What? He's going to super buff leader under these conditions? And this economy? I mean, he could do that to remove both of these. Those kind of get just immediately KO'd, I think. Alright, goodbye. Definitely not defending that if he's going to swing 35, dude. This, unfortunately, does cost me a card. These two stay alive, and that's great for me anyway. Now, if I had the promo, it still wouldn't matter because it's a 25. But if I had the promo, it wouldn't matter. But if I had the promo... No, not really. But, no, you know. Not looking fantastic, I can tell you that much. If I had Mafuba, I could also get rid of it, you know, just get rid of it. But I don't, so... Okay, he's gonna save it. Pretty tough spot, honestly. Yeah, I can't play either of those. Could play this and then use leader ability to that. Then he just gives it back. I have to basically KO that Piccolo. So I can just do this and then use leader ability. Or, I mean, it's too late now, but I should have probably just played another one of these and then, you know, use leader ability with it. This just so costs him a pretty penny, yes. Well, this is, I think, our chance. Should I play this as well and swing into him? Sure. It's 10 for a 10. Plus it stays on board if he doesn't address it, then it's going to be, you know, even more value next turn. And then a super on top of it all. Okay, now I don't have a super and 2 zeros, so I think I'm just dead. Well, I get an extra 10, sure, whatever. If he heals here, it's going to be completely, you know, irrelevant. I don't care. Because if he does, then he's just going to go to 4, which I can just, you know, get rid of it. Everybody say bye, Gohan. Bye, Gohan. I'll miss you. Bye, essentially vanilla Gohan. If he goes to 5, then we can't go for game, so we'll defend this. But if he doesn't, you know, like if he just does this, then, you know, we'll know. Okay, he goes to 4, we can go for game next turn. That is something we can do. He used 2 supers on a regular swing, so that's fine with me. Yeah, just take that. And take this one, too. Well, no, not take this one. We're going to defend that one. I do not care. Okay, bye. We can go pretty high here, though. Like, there's no question about that. And we have to play basically this no matter what. Now, imagine he's running... If he's running Gigantic Meteor, what am I going to do at that point? If he's running Gigantic Meteor and keeping the energy stood for it, this deck was literally designed to counter me at that point, if that's what's happening. Like, literally custom built to get me specifically. Because you don't run Gigantic Meteor on this unless you're trying to counter Gohan. Which, at that point, I kind of respect. Because, you know, this deck is kind of running the entire meta. Whatever card I play, I have to use, you know, leader ability. I have to be a 1-drop. Because I have to play this and then another 1-drop. So whatever I play has to be that. Yes, because I have to rest one of the cards at least. Because this is 45, 55, 60. Yeah, definitely. We'll get about a 90 or 100k swing off of this. So, I mean, 80, I'm not really confident. But he did use 2 supers, so he has to have a couple of zeros. And of course, again, no zeros. But if he has, again, like something like Gigantic Meteor, at that point I raise my hands up and say, well, we tried. We gave it all we had, chat. Because there's no way I can get through a Gigantic Meteor. You let it go. I mean, he could just take that just to bait me in. Though it wouldn't really be bait, because, I mean, this is the only thing I can do at this point. Because if I just pass, I just die. So just do this, 55, 65, 75, and 80, and then 90. Okay. So there's about an even split. About 10k over. We'll see what actually happens here, though. Instant, that's obvious. That's gonna happen. Now, I'm not liking my chances either way, even if he doesn't have the meteor. But there's still a chance, chat. There's still a chance. Okay, 2 instants. So we need a super, and then 3 10s? Okay, well, that's super adjacent. He needs like 2 10s here. And then, I mean, of course. He had his, what? That was his 3rd super, right? I don't even think I drew 1 super out of my deck. That was 3rd super, right? That was 3rd super, if I'm not mistaken. He did 1 there, 2, 3, yeah. Wait, that was his 4th super?! He had 4 of them?! Hold on, no, I didn't see. No, I imagined that. Surely, I'm dreaming. I'm living in a fairy tale. Oh my gosh, he's min-maxing, dude. Come on. Anyways, I would like to get to the end of this stupid rotation. Hold on. First of all, he's min-maxing. That pisses me off. And he did have 4 supers. You gotta be kidding me, man. Oh, I was supposed to counter someone with 4 supers in their arsenal. And he had a 0 too. Oh my gosh, dude. These were both zeros, by the way. Imagine a world where that was also a 0. Well, imagine a world. I have to know. Hold on. I mean, the video's over, basically. I'm just going to look at his deck. But I have to know. If that was a 0 and all he comboed was an Angry Kamehameha for literally no reason, I have to know. The curiosity is going to kill me if I don't. Now we press this button. Stop. So he had... Okay, so he had 3 10s and 2 zeros. He had 3 zeros? Well, to be fair, if he didn't get his super, if he didn't have a super anyway, he would have died. What did he just draw? What did he just draw? Was it one of the 5s or the 10s? He drew a 10. So he had he had 2 10s. He would have died if he didn't have a... Dude, oh my gosh. He had 4 of them?! He had 4 zeros! I mean, the game hates. The game hates. What are you supposed to say to that? The game loves me? Yeah, dude, you're living in a fairy tale, dude. Now, does the tech work? Yes. Is it optimal? Not really. I did get to play it, unlike something like Harina. This isn't bad, right? The problem being that this is just a one drop that you play and it returns itself back to hand. It becomes a 10k. That's good, but you can play a cantrip, and a cantrip draws you a card and it stays on field, right? So it already replaced itself, on top of having the ability to stay on field and then be aggressive next turn as well, right? As well as this does the same thing. This draws a card. This powers up your other cards, making them hit more consistently. So the idea is that these are just better to play overall. However, I mean, we can't sleep on this. This isn't a bad card by any means. Especially when you want to be running as many of these like one-drop bodies as possible to activate the ability as much as possible. This didn't really help. I should probably switch this off for the 2-cost Piccolo, because at least the 2-cost Piccolo, when your leader has Satan and Earthling, it plays a 1-drop, which you could do to play this, so you could, like, at 2 energy, play the Piccolo and then this, and then, you know, Self-Awaken if you're at 5, and then play, like, another 1-drop, and then, use the ability for 3 energy, which should basically be the same thing as playing this and then the SR, Goten and Trunks. But overall, I think that the card is very good for the tech. And people should give it a chance, man. That's not true. People shouldn't give it a chance because it's Red Gohan, dude. And I mean, I hate playing decks that are good because, as I mentioned before with the Red Cell video, I either win and I feel good because, and I'm sorry, I either win and I feel bad because I'm playing with like a broken deck, or I lose and feel bad because I'm playing a broken deck and lost anyway. So like, there's really no, winning. Oh, yeah, this card as well. We didn't really use it, but, I have some plans for this card in the future, don't you worry. But yeah, this deck was pretty nice. I don't think I'm going to be playing it again, though, dude. It's too broken.